I've been driving around Maricopa County today, which is Phoenix, Arizona, and talking to struggling homeowners that want to stay in their houses. A lot of the houses that I went by to talk to the homeowners are vacant. They've been abandoned, and it happens because people are scared of the banks, or scared of because they haven't been paying, or they're frustrated with banks, or frustrated with whatever. Or maybe they've just realized that they have so much on their house and it doesn't make sense to stay there anyways, whatever it is. I started thinking, what would have happened if the government, or I should say the United States taxpayers, hadn't bailed out the banks, if the government hadn't decided for the United States taxpayers that they were going to bail out the banks? Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac own most of the mortgages in this country, which means really they own most of the real estate in this country. And then after them you have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase. I mean, those 5 banks own pretty much all the real estate, at least residential real estate in the country. 90% plus of it. So if these banks would have collapsed after all their bad decisions, and it was their own fault, they're the ones that made bad loans and rode that bubble and got greedy. If when they collapsed, if I make bad decisions and I don't have any money coming in, the government doesn't give me money. And it's the same for every other business owner I know. But not for the banks. And what would have happened if we didn't bail out the banks? The banks would have went under, and we would have to do something with all these houses. And all these vacant houses would have to go somewhere. So maybe some hardworking United States citizens would be bailed out and maybe have a place to live. This whole recession we're in, there's so many things that don't make sense to me, and banking has caused a lot of it. Manipulation of currency has just destroyed us. We have tons of work to do and tons of people unemployed. We have tons of vacant houses and tons of people that need a place to live. I mean, we're in, as far as production in this country, we're kind of stagnant right now. And it's because the system's been so manipulated that it's all screwed up. It's not that there's not work to do. It's not that technology's not advancing. It's that banks and, the Federal Reserve and the banking industry has really screwed us. I mean, it's time that we abolish the Fed. Something's got to happen. We need to do something.